Starting off on the wrong foot TW. Trigger warning, sexual assault. High school buddy of mine and former DM asks me to join a campaign where he's teaching his roommate to play D&D. I agree to join. Having met this roommate maybe a handful of times in passing and being kind of neutral towards him, he works nights, so he was usually leaving for work whenever buddy and I would hang out. Our party consists of a paladin buddy's girlfriend, a ranger mutual friend of me and DM, my wizard, and new guy's barbarian. Plot hook: my wizard being of the divination school and the paladin both receive visions of horrible things happening in some other place, and they see themselves and two others, the barbarian and the ranger, plus each other fighting off horrible awful thing. Barbarian and ranger have their own reasons for going to that place, so all four of us meet up at the local tavern. First thing my character does is decide to go talk to the female paladin that he saw in his vision as she walks into the tavern. My wizard gets about one word in before the new guy's barbarian decides A, I'm hitting on her, and B, he doesn't like that. Takes a swing at me while wearing spiked gauntlets, rolls high, and knocks about half of my wizard's health out in the first hit. Suddenly, we are in initiative order, PvP within the first 20 minutes of the game. My wizard casts color spray, hoping to blind the guy and let the paladin get between them. Since she rolled crap for initiative, I don't get anywhere near his HP on the roll, and when he goes, another backhand with a spiked gauntlet sends my guy to the floor. The paladin steps in, breaks up the fight, and lays on hands my guy back to consciousness. Thank God we didn't start at LVL1. Before explanations can be had, there are screams from outside as the horribleness has come to town. The four of us big dun heroes run out to find snakes attacking the populace. Midway through the battle, my character being severely injured and down a spell, and the paladin's lay on hands being somewhat tapped, so great. Start to a fight. Again, within 30 minutes of the start of the campaign, it is discovered that not only is the barbarian wearing spiked gauntlets, he has spiked armor as well, with a very prominent spike, where an immature male character would have a very prominent spike, which he puts to use in killing one of the attackers. If it ended there, that'd be bad enough. Explanations were had, no apologies were given, although the barbarian thinks we are friends now somehow. Since we are prophecy-bound big dun heroes, we set off to find the source of the horrible things that are about to happen. My wizard making sure the paladin stays between him and the barbarian, while the ranger scouts ahead. As we're exploring a cave the next day, the barbarian gets hit with some mushroom spores that make him fall in love with the first person he sees. Of course he fails his check, and of course the dice cause my character to be the first one he sees. His love is as brutal as his introductions, and he describes how his character gropes, fondles, and licks my character. My wizard being grappled can't use any spells requiring somatic components per the DM, and since he's grappled, he can't use his dagger to try to attack the barbarian to break the spell. His strength is garbage compared to the barbarian's, and none of the other party members are even attempting to help. So for the next 15 in-game minutes, my character is treated to just awful assault at a guy who has proven himself too strong to fight back against. We called the session shortly after that, though the whole episode brought great merriment to the DM and the barbarian's player. Fortunately, the DM's girlfriend looked about as uncomfortable as I did during the whole scenario, so maybe there will be some hope of more than just me talking to the DM about this. For a guy's first D&D session, it's really reinforcing some terrible habits for a player character, and it's making at least one of us reconsider continuing or playing with this group ever again. The Paladin from Hell. While the title initially sounds cool, I assure you it is not. I've been playing in a D&D 5e2 campaign online for the past few months, and the campaign is absolutely awesome. Our DM is a consummate, unpredictable storyteller. We have a naive archaeologist who's just trying to write a book, a showboating Hexblade, a knowledge-seeking wizard, a PTSD-riddled druid, a grizzled gunslinger, and everyone has super well thought out backstories, character flaws, personal hang-ups, and are just generally fully fleshed out entities. Then there's the Paladin. He likes to hit things. That's that's his entire character. It's a case of "shout been a fighter syndrome but on PCP." in a high lethality murder grinder of a campaign. At level 6, when the guy with 30 points of at will healing without spell slot usage forgets he can do that, people are gonna die. But wait, he's not level 6, he's level 5. Because we leveled up 2 sessions ago, but he direct quote back quote doesn't understand that garbage. The same quote was used in reference to his spellcasting. He frequently threatens benevolent NPCs and PCs with physical violence in order to get what he wants. It never works. Anytime there's any sort of important character moments he either tunes out or says back quote it's getting late and he's gotta call it. Last session as we were caught unawares by a dragon in a mine, he ignored myself and the wizard, both of whom were unconscious, to hit the red dragon with his flaming warhammer. Yeah, I'll say that again. Hit the red dragon with his flaming warhammer. After he saw it shrug off fire damage, he missed both times. End rant. For now. The tale of the Goblin and the Skeleton Legionnaires. Getting tired of ming with my group of 3, we decided to let best friend gonna call him Friendo from now on DM a one shot. Took place on an island and we were to remove a small horde of low level undead from a cave. My character, a goblin named Gruxnik, decided to scout ahead, while the third member of our group, playing a half-elf wizard, decided to go look for help from other adventurers. I arrive at the cave and decide to look inside, and Friendo said I had been hit by an arrow. No chance to know the arrow was coming. No saving throw. A bit irked but not wanting to be mean to him on his first timed ming, I retreat from the cave only for the entrance to be blocked shortly after by skeletons wielding gladiuses and giant tower shields that went from the top of the cave entrance to the floor. Keep in mind that we were level 1. Sensing a bit of bullshit, I decide that I was not going to attack the Skeleton head on and instead rush back to town and bought enough gunpowder to blow up a small village. Make it back. Place gunpowder near cave entrance. For some reason they only attacked when I entered the cave and lured the Skeleton back out. I threw a torch on that son of a bitch and ran like hell. I don't get clear in time. I take massive damage and am bleeding profusely. The Skeleton is perfectly fine though. Friendo says shields are immune to all damage due to magic runes. At this part 1 decide no and start walking away to find some wolves to kill. At this point wizard comes by with some town guard. Town guard sees me leaving and decide to arrest me for desertion despite the fact that we were hired by a wealthy merchant and the guard having no say in the matter. I say fuck that, run like hell, and am one-shotted by an arrow. Once again no saving throw. It is at this point that I lose my shit and start cursing Friendo out. He then gets mad that I didn't wait for the captain of the guard, who was his DMPC, wielded a glowing sword, had angel wings, and was stronger than the gods themselves to show up and solve everything. I call bullshit. To which Friendo replies I was just introducing him. You wouldn't see him again after the quest. We all decided right there and then that Friendo would never DM again.